Students, we're going to start, or we're actually going to finish dividing polynomials with synthetic division, and I think you'll find this much easier than the long division. So synthetic division is a simpler process for dividing a polynomial by a binomial. So instead of using long division, you can use synthetic division. And what you're going to do first is, if we have x minus 4 here, that coefficient always needs to be 1. If we were to set this equal to 0, x would be 4. So that's what we're going to put in our little, I like to call it a little hut right here. Then we're going to write out the coefficients of each x term, and in order. So starting with the highest exponent. So we have 2, negative 13, 26, and negative 24. Then we're going to write a line here, and then we're going to leave a little space for the remainder. The remainder goes right here, if there is one. So this is the process of using synthetic division. The first thing you're going to do is write down or drop down your leading coefficient. Then you're going to take 4 times 2, and you're going to put that right here, which is 8, and you're going to go ahead and add here. So negative 13 plus 8, we get 5. Again, now we're going to take 4 times 5, which is, excuse me, that's a negative 5, which is a negative 20. And then again we add, so we get 6, and 4 times 6 is 24, and that is 0. So we don't have a remainder for this one. Now what are we going to do with these numbers? Well, we're actually going to assign them to x terms. So since we started with x to the third in the problem, our answer is going to start with x to the second. So it's going to be 2x to the second minus 5x plus 6. And that's our answer. And you can actually check by timesing this x minus 4 times this right here, and you will end up with this up here. So if you want to check, you can do that. Let's try it again. So here again, x equals 4, so we're going to put that right here. So x equals 4 here. We're going to look at our coefficients. So, and we're going to go in order. So we have 1. Now notice we don't have x to the 4th. So we have a 0 x to the 4th. So I'm going to put that placeholder in there. Then we have negative 4. Then 4. And then we also have 0x and 0. We have our 0 as our naked number over here. And we'll leave our spot for our remainder. So we're going to drop down the 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Add those together. That's 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and we get 12. 4 times 12 is 48. And then we get 52. 4 times 52 is 208. And 4 times 208 is 832. Add these together. So now we do have a remainder, and I'll show you how to write a remainder here in a second. Alright, so we started with x to the 5th in our original problem, so now our answer is going to start with x to the 4th. You don't have to write the 1 out in front. Plus 4x to the 3rd plus 12x squared. We're just going in order here. Plus 52x plus 208. And then our remainder, remember we used to write a remainder as a fraction way back in the day, so now we can continue to do that. So 832 over, and our divisor here is x minus 4, what we're dividing by. So this is your answer. Man, that takes a long time to box up. In the next example, the final example, is where we have a coefficient on x, and we do not want that. So we're going to get rid of that. So we're going to divide by 3. So we get x plus 1/3. So in this case, x would equal a negative 1/3. That's going to go on our hut here. And since we divided by 3 here, guess what? We got to divide by 3 for everybody. Can't leave anybody out because we're nice people. So it ends up being our coefficients are 2, 5/3, 1/3, -1, 1/3, and then 0. We're going to leave our room for our remainder. First step, go ahead and bring down that 2. So we have a negative 2/3. 5/3 minus 2/3 is 3/3. So that's going to be 1. Go ahead and times here. So that's going to be 0. 1/3 minus 1/3. And that's 0 as well. So we get a negative 1. And that's a positive 1/3. So then we get 2/3. And a negative 1/3 times 2/3 is going to be a negative 2/9. And that's our remainder. So we started with x to the 5th. So now our answer is going to start with x to the 4th. So we have 2x to the 4th plus 1x to the 3rd. You don't have to write that 1 there. 0x to the 2nd, so I'm going to leave that out. Then we have minus 1x plus 2/3. Now our remainder. So the remainder is technically a negative 2/9 over x plus 1/3. And we can't really have a fraction within a fraction. So is this not the same of a negative 2/9 times 1 over x plus 1/3? Isn't that the same? Multiplying by the reciprocal, same by dividing, of course. So we have a negative 2 over, if we times these, we have 9x plus 3. So because this is illegal, we can't have a fraction within a fraction, so we just go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. And there we go. All right, that's all I have for you on synthetic division. Maybe you like it more than long division. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys later.